One of the Glenflesk players just receiving a little bit of an injury there at the moment. And he seems to be okay, and we're on with the business, and this is a chance for Kieran Keating now. Can he get their second point of the afternoon? Kieran sells the dummy with the left boot, gives a lovely ball inside again, but coming out of defence there. David O'Donoghue, solid as could be inside there, but back to the other man. This is Damien Murphy. Damien back to Kieran Keating again, back to Damien Murphy. He's come up from the backs now. Damien gives a low ball inside for Mikey Keating. This is much better from Portmagee. Mikey Keating, but a good block down, but Mikey Keating is alive to it. He has the return again, Mikey, and again another block down by David O'Donoghue. Fantastic defending back there by the Glenflesk cornerback, and that is really top class defending, there is no doubt about that. Out to the middle of the field again it goes. Brian Murphy is the man. Sorry, this is Damien Murphy. Damien gives it outside to Kieran Keating. Kieran Keating, this time with the left boot, sprays the ball around lovely, and going for it there was Ronan O'Shea, in fact, who's into this team. Ronan O'Shea is in the forwards for Portmagee. Maybe it's Stephen Murphy that's gone off. We'll check it in a moment. Damien Murphy is inside there. Damien must be fouled this time. He is. Well, he said he touched it on the ground. I think that's a bit harsh maybe, because I thought he was tackled before they touched it on the ground. But anyway, that's the referee's decision. And it's another free in for Glenflesk. And it's another point for Glenflesk. And it's 1-4 to them now, and it's 1 point to Portmagee. So now Elaine O'Sullivan takes a quick kick out once again to Brian Murphy in the middle of the field. Brian to his midfield partner Kieran Keating. That's a lovely pass again from Kieran Keating to Brian Murphy. As good of a pass as you'll see here in the Ossistack Park this afternoon. Here goes Murphy inside. There's a chance of a goal here for Portmagee from Mikey Keating. Oh, what a miss. Oh, he did everything right. He was unfortunate at the very end, but good defending, and credit to goalkeeper Cathal Murphy, who came out of there. I think it looks to be, is it a half time I think that's gone here? It is, it's half time here in the Ossistack Park. 1-4 to Glenflesk, 1 point to Portmagee. Now then, we're ready here for the second half, and unfortunate for Portmagee, that miss just before the interval there from Mikey Keating. Went through, did everything right, but just at the very last minute the goalkeeper came out, spread himself, cut the angle, and it remains 1-4 to a point. Now then, it's still all to play for here. Referee throws the ball in again. Who's going to get the field break? It's Kieran Keating who has it for Portmagee. Kieran Keating, and he takes the shoulder and takes two shoulders, and maybe he picked it off the ground, but it was very good shouldering by him. And what's the referee going to do? I think he's giving him a warning. Well, he's throwing the ball in here and in between Kieran Keating and Matthew O'Donovan. Kieran should have the height advantage for this again. He does. He breaks it down. Ronan O'Shea is battling inside there for Portmagee. Has it gone out over the line? It is going to be a line ball here. In front of us, the man with possession is Damien Murphy. Damien Murphy. Let's see what he'll do from this one. Good ball up along the line. That's a clever one to the brother. This is Brian Murphy. Brian trying to get cut inside, trying to get a score now for Portmagee. He's the only one that has been scoring in the first half. I think he's won a free in here. He has. It's a bit of a tight angle, but he's won his free in. And Brian Murphy, I think, might fancy his chances himself for it. So then, very tight angle though. Here's Brian. He'll sucks to go for Ronan O'Shea. Ronan, oh, good block down again by the Glenflesk defence. They really are excellent at this block down. And they definitely have blocked a couple of points here in the first half inside for Brian Murphy. Damien Murphy back there again. Damien going down the ball, coming out of defence nicely. Damien to Kieran Keating. Kieran Keating with a lovely pass again to Damien Murphy. Damien Murphy now. This is much better from Portmagee. They're finding their players now, but this has gone a little bit astray. David O'Donoghue is back there. David O'Donoghue. Mike Keating keeping him in tow. Ronan O'Shea doing his best there now, and it's gone out off Ronan O'Shea, and it's going to be a line ball to Glenflesk. And they launch another attack from this one. Matthew O'Donovan getting away from Kieran Keating, and dangerous ball inside into the full back line. Paul Lynch is back there, so too is Damien Murphy, and so too is his brother Brian Murphy. And Brian has it, going back to help out the defence, and gives it to Kieran Keating. Portmagee under pressure. They need to get it out of defence and get it out fairly quick. They do, to Ronan O'Shea. Ronan O'Shea had possession, lost it, trying to get it back again, and the referee penalises him for an illegal shoulder there. And this is going to be a free to Glenflesk. once again, ball dropping dangerously inside, but the defence there, well marshalled by Damien Murphy. Damien gives it outside to Brian Murphy. Brian this time to Mikey Keating. Mikey Keating giving Ronan O'Shea a lot to do and beaten to it by David O'Donoghue. David O'Donoghue inside. Oh, there's a loose man here. Here's the marking from Portmagee gone. It's gone astray. There's a chance of a goal here, maybe a point. Oh, wide. Well, it's not wide. It hit the post and it's come out. It's kept in play. Well, if Mike Keating can do one in the first half, then Glenflesk can do one in the second half. Portmagee are lucky. They survive. This is Damien Murphy. Oh, poor hand pass there by Brian Murphy. And I suppose it's the one thing that has left Portmagee down maybe here in this match so far. The passing has gone very much astray here and they're not finding their men at all, and that's the most unfortunate thing about it at the moment anyway. Matthew O'Donovan inside here, getting the ball. Left-footed effort inside. There's danger here for Portmagee. Again, good defending by Brian Murphy. Damien Murphy is back there as well, and Kieran Keating is back there. That's very, very good defending indeed by the Portmagee defence. And they're building from the back here now again, and it's Brian Murphy. But they need scores, and they need scores fairly quickly, and they need them on the board now then, because time is against them. Can Brian Murphy get something out of this? Takes his one hop and one solo, and inside again the pass has gone astray. Again, I think it has gone to the left and wide. So then Cathal Murphy takes the kick out to David O'Donoghue. And again, apologies to the Glenflesk boys if I've got these names wrong, but I can't do any better when I don't have a number to go by. So I would appeal to teachers and to principals, do not even attempt to put your team into a battle like this without a number, or else the game won't be videoed, I'm afraid. That's the way it is. Here's Ronan O'Shea with a cracking shot, and it's gone over the bar. Good move from Portmagee in that time, and Ronan O'Shea getting his point. Now, so it's 1-4 to 2 points. Glenflesk going again, driving another ball inside there. This might be Daniel O'Brien, is it? It is. Making good inroads, but I think he's being called back. The referee's decision, the referee's whistle had gone much earlier, so that's the reason for it. He's been called back. And it's going to be another chance for Glenflesk here. 1-4 to 2 points they lead. Let's see what's going to happen from this one. Again high, again dangerous, and again over the bar. Glenflesk really are not missing a whole pile here. 1-5 to 2 points. They're looking good now to be crowned champions in this two-teacher final. Mike Keating goes for this. Now then there's an overlap here because he's Brian Murphy with him. Still Mike Keating gives it to Brian Murphy. Can they get something out of this? This is a great run so for Brian Murphy. It must be a goal, yes! Brilliant goal from Brian Murphy, and that has brought Portmagee into a big time. Now so Brian Murphy's got a goal and a point, so it's 1-2 to Portmagee. It's 1-5 to Glenflesk. Now it's turned out to be a cracking game, but going through is Glenflesk once again. Coming to meet him is Paul Lynch. There's a chance of a goal. Oh yes, Glenflesk go back and get one just when Portmagee thought they had responded. Was it by Brian O'Donoghue? It might have been, or it could have been Matthew O'Donovan. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, it doesn't really matter because Glenflesk have got the goal, and it's 2-5 to 1-2. Brian Murphy again inside for Kieran Keating. It's in stuff here now. Back to Brian Murphy again. Brian Murphy making great inroads. Kieran Keating looking for it. Was he brought down? I think he was. It's a free in to Portmagee. Or is it a free out? It's not. Must be a free in, I think. Yes, it's a free in. So then Kieran Keating, I presume, will go for his point here because he still has time. Let's see, does he tip it over? He does. Kieran Keating has got another one. That's his first point of the afternoon. So 1-3 now to Portmagee, but 2-5 to Glenflesk. Still Portmagee are not out of it. By no means. They're much improved in the last 10 minutes. Mikey Keating going for score. Getting it. Now so there's only 4 in it. And Mikey Keating gets his first score of the afternoon. So it's 2-5 to 1-4. 4 points in it, all to play for. It's turned out to be a very entertaining second half here. Brian Murphy trying to block the ball, does eventually at some stage, and is driven inside to the corner, and the Portmagee backs are under pressure here. Kieran Keating has gone back to help out his players, but Matthew O'Donovan is there as well. Matthew O'Donovan Oh, that's a great score from a tight angle. Very good score indeed. 2 goals and 6 points to 1 goal and 4. Now Glenflesk are leading, and I think Portmagee would safely say they would need a goal again to get back into it. Whether they will get it or not remains to be seen. The man in possession back there is Damien Murphy. Damien. Kick out. Brian Murphy is fouled outside there. In fact, he's going to give a throw ball. That's what he's going to do. Fouled back there. This is going to be a free to Portmagee, and it's Brian Murphy. They're in a rush now. Any more substitutes would be made. Let's see what the Minters are going to be doing. They're thinking very much over the far side. Brian Murphy drives inside for Kieran Keating. Kieran Keating goes up for it, but unfortunately he loses out to his man that's marking him there, Matthew O'Donovan. Glenflesk launch another attack again. Brian Murphy going back there for Portmagee, doing well, but I think he has fouled his player there in possession, and he has. And it's going to be a free into Glenflesk. And they lead by 2 goals and 6 points to 1 goal and 4. Glenflesk have gone through again. Is it Matthew O'Donovan? Going low. Oh! Across the face of the goal. And gone to the right and wide. Time is against Portmagee now. 2-6 to 1-4. That's what the score is. And it's Damien Murphy. Damien out to the middle of the field. Glenflesk have settled well, and they've come back from that scare that they got from Portmagee, but the ball is driven inside again. It could be a chance of a point, and it is. It's driven over the bar there, I'd say, by Dara Lynch, was it? Again, apologies if I've got their names wrong, but it's the best we can do in these terms anyway. 2 goals and 7 points to 1 goal and 4. Now then, the kick out once again from Damien Murphy here to Brian Murphy. Brian up for Kieran Keating. Glenflesk winning it again around the middle of the field, back for Brian Murphy inside, and he does well to break it down, so he doesn't. He comes out for the rebound himself, and he leaves it now to Kieran Keating. Kieran, long ball this time. Maybe that's the right ball to go for. Mikey Keating, has he the speed and the legs to get to it? Unfortunately, the goalkeeper has come out off his line. Good defending there by goalkeeper Cathal Murphy. Back outside to the middle of the field to Brian Murphy. Brian looking up inside for Kieran Keating. Oh, and Kieran, unfortunately, he's lost possession there. He was just falling as he just got to it. Ronan O'Shea is in a run for out this for Portmagee, but it's going to be kept in play here in Glenflesk. Dennis O'Leary back in defence. Up along the line to Dara Lynch. Dara Lynch here, fouled by the other Lynch. That's Paul Lynch. And Glenflesk get on with it quickly. And there's loose men everywhere now. Portmagee not following their men, not tracking back. Chance of another score. Goal! That's it now. It's all over now then. There's no way back for Portmagee on this occasion. 3-7 to 1-4. Has been a good second half, but a little bit too much scoring power for the Portmagee team this afternoon. But fair play to Glenflesk. They really have put on an absolutely brilliant display. Here's Kieran Keating, the lovely ball again inside to Ronan O'Shea. Oh, that's a clinical foul. That's definitely a free in, because he was in on goal there, but a lovely pass by Kieran Keating on that occasion. Ronan O'Shea is looking to take his score. Here's Ronan. Oh, off the crossbar. What a rasper. Did he mean it? I think he did. I think he went for goal. Rasper of a kick coming off the crossbar. And Glenflesk were lucky to survive that one. This could be David O'Donoghue, is it? This is Dara Lynch anyway. That's Dara Lynch. Across the face of the goal, Damien Murphy. Damien wins it. Coming out of defence, fouled. Referee says free out to Portmagee. Damien to Kieran Keating. Again, lovely pass to Brian Murphy. Here goes Brian Murphy. He's got a goal in the point already. Inside for Lisa O'Sullivan, who's come on. Lisa! Oh, yes! Great goal. Lisa O'Sullivan. She has come on the team. And has she replaced, is it Not quite sure who she's replaced. She's come in the foul line. Is it maybe it is Mike Keating she's replaced? Anyway, we'll continue with the action. Kieran Keating, and now look at the score. Well, Portmagee have certainly done an absolute way better in the second half than the first half. Ronan O'Shea is fouled again. Kieran Keating to Brian Murphy. Brian doing the business, going through, fouled again. Great second half display by Portmagee here, and they put it up to Glenflesk 3-7-2-4. Here's Brian Murphy. Brian lodging it in for Kieran Keating. Lovely kick by him. Beautiful score. That's a nice point, as good as you'll see, because his back was to the goal there from Kieran Keating. And that's his second point of the afternoon. And it is now 3-7-2-5. There's not a whole pile between them at all. It's been a terrific little battle here in this two-teacher school final. But time now is against Portmagee. Lisa O'Sullivan doing her utmost there too. After coming on there, getting a great goal, and it's going to be a free out, I think, to Glenflesk back further. Yes, that's what the tactic is going to be. So now then. No, in fact, it's a line ball. Apologies, it's a line ball to Portmagee. Kieran Keating plays it back to Brian Murphy. Brian, I think he might need to drop this one in. He gives it back to Kieran Keating again. This is a great run by Kieran Keating, and has he been fouled? He has indeed, and Portmagee are making inroads. They're not out of it yet, but I feel the time is again.